Hello there. Yes, I'm making this and I'm being a bit of a jerk while I'm making this. But November 18th of this year, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet releases, and I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream, and I would like to see you all there. That's right, November 18th. That's a Friday, 24-hour stream. I will be doing it, and I will be having fun. So come on by, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, do all that stuff, and yeah, we'll have fun. I make this video not because I want to rejoice in the potential downfall of Square Enix, but to actually warn people. Because I like Final Fantasy. I liked Square Enix. I think we're about to watch Square Enix fall. Japan simply isn't enough anymore, as Square Enix calls global market a critical priority. This scares me. Because when you start focusing for a global audience, you start forgetting what made your company so great. I love this story, by the way. The reason it's called Final Fantasy, but we're on like Final Fantasy 15, about to start up a new series that I don't know if it's released yet or if it's next year. But it's called Final Fantasy because it was, I want to say it was Square Enix at the time, or maybe it was Square. Maybe it was Enix. It was one of the two, but it was the company's last chance to make a game that worked, and it succeeded. It succeeded so well that it completely renewed the company. And now, you're forgetting what made your company so special, so important, and we have constant signs of you guys not caring about your product anymore, which is why people are getting upset. You have Tifa, chest size reduced in Final Fantasy VII Remake. You have examples of Square Enix heavily censors sexualized artwork from various series for English releases of manga. You're censoring yourselves when you don't have to because you think you have to. And now you're leaving your home, which offers you guys very good protections, mind you. The requirements not to have to censor out stuff, except for super bad, super gory violence. But now you're leaving your home to move to a global audience. This industry really has changed, hasn't it? It's no secret that the big Japanese publishers, Capcom, Sega, Square Enix, etc., are largely looking to the West these days, as their home nation seems to distance itself more and more from the traditional console gaming. Well, outside of Nintendo, at least. Even Nintendo's starting to censor itself and taking away some of the more ooh la la stuff. Whether it's enforcing global release dates or going all in on Western marketing, the change in approach has been dramatic over the last half a decade or so. And it's Square Enix that paints a clear picture of this direction. In the company's annual overview of 2022, President Yosuke Matsuda goes out of his way to stress the importance of appealing to a global market. You can't do that. What makes your stuff so unique and what makes people love it is the fact that it isn't American, that it isn't this, it isn't that. You appeal to a global audience when you stay yourself. Achieving major growth in the game industry is difficult now for companies that compete primarily in the Japanese market. Given its graying demographics, he writes, as such, it is critical for our businesses that we produce hit titles that speak to the global market, which offers great scale in terms of both customers and sales volumes. When you focus on a global market, you start changing things. You start covering people up for the Middle East. You start making gay characters for the West. You start diminishing things. You don't stay true to yourself, and you start scaring off your core fan base. And Square, again, you got tons of crap for this, and you keep getting crap for this, and this is just another nail in your coffin that you can still pull out of. But this is just a move that's pushing another nail in. As such, it's critical for our business that we produce hit titles that speak to a global market, which offers great scale in terms of both customers and sales volumes. Already read that. Matsuda goes on to state that a realness? Don't know. Realness of the Japanese market simply isn't feasible given the size and scope of the modern big budget game development. The Japanese market is no longer significant for achieving a level of earnings that enable us to recoup our development investment and generate a profit. And we therefore need to approach our development efforts based on assumption that we have to succeed in the global market. Your stuff can still work in a global market, but all I'm starting to hear is that you're going to continue with the censorship. You're going to continue changing stuff. We like your stuff when it stays what it is. You still appeal to people. People like it for what it is. You don't need to change it for anything else. You can make up a bunch of money if you just change your marketing, but don't change anything about your games. Just start marketing for a global audience. That's how you do it. Don't change anything, though. And all I'm hearing is this fear. All I'm seeing is that you're going to be like, well, we're no longer going to keep marketing just to Japan, but we're going to start marketing to the rest of the world. That means we have to change stuff. No, you can not change stuff and still market to the rest of the world and make all your money back. As alluded in our recent article on Persona series sales data, it's still strange to see Japanese publishers chasing Western markets after so many generations of prioritizing their homeland. We grew up waiting weeks, months, sometimes even years for select Japanese games to make it overseas, but it would appear that we're well past the point now, especially when it comes to the larger publisher. You can still do all this stuff. You can still be very solely based on a Japanese style storytelling, Japanese style gameplay, Japanese style, all this stuff. You don't have to change anything. But when you combine this, talking about a global market, when you talk about how they reduced her breast size, when you talk about how they're censoring the sexualized stuff, all I'm hearing is that you want to go west and you want to lose what makes you you. And that's a terrifying thought process. It's a sad state of affairs from a company whose main title game, again, Final Fantasy, the story behind it is such a unique story that made it so perfect and that saved your company from the brink of going bankrupt, that now you're contemplating tossing it all aside. Tossing everything that you made because you want this global audience. You can still do your, as said in this article, you can still, Where is it? You could still enforce global release dates. You can still do that. You can still make it more console based. You can still make it more all this stuff, but have it focused on a Japanese style. And if somebody doesn't like it, tell them to piss off because you have a chance to make a buttload of money. Do not kneel to these people. And all I'm seeing is you potentially kneeling. So with that, guys, give me your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think Square Enix and Final Fantasy is not long for this world? If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it out with your friends, subscribe to that channel, hit that notification bell for every time I go live and put out a new video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.